Hey guys, it's been a little while since the last video, and today's is a little bit of a different one. We're going to be focusing on TYR and pretty much why he is my most powerful and probably one of my favorite. Well, he is my favorite hero. Um, so we'll just have a little close up first. TYR, Relentless Justice, Wolfman. Now, he's not a particular hero that I'd say you'd avoid in a raid. He is annoying with his revivability, but on offense, it's a lot easier to deal with that rather than when he's on defense for you. It's obviously all heroes work in two ways. You got their offensively when you're using them, and defensively when they're being attacked. Now, defensively, I've gone up against him a few times. His revivability is obviously annoying, but as you can see, it doesn't have an inanimate ability to resist debuff. So, Frida, Sonya, obviously many debuffers out there can always deal with him, but he is fast mana, so he's going to pop up quickly. As you can see, I've got quite a few grids in him. Not loads, but he's a nice, well-rounded hero. I have taken the shield and the sword on that side. The health, yeah, chased the sword. And obviously, this side I've gone for a little bit of extra tankiness. It just helps overall, really. And with Season 3 heroes, being able to double your health, essentially, I think leaning towards health on some heroes is always a good call. Because of that, I am hoping for a Heimdall. He would be huge. But the point being is, this guy is amazing on offense. You got the 285% damage to the target, and that's a 790. Obviously, it takes their defense, troops, and all that into consideration. He's not going to one-shot anyone. He's going to do quite a bit of damage, enough for him to not feel crap. And then obviously you get the 204 bleed over 4 turns. Now, my favourite part about TYR is not only does he allow himself to self-revive once he's killed, he also regenerates his own health. So, in a situation when he's the last hero in your team alive, and he's got his skill pop, say he's low health, I will purposely get rid of as many bad tiles on the board. You want to pop your opponent so that they kill him. Now, be wary of doing this when they when the board doesn't have too many red tiles. You want to be able to pop him after he's killed straight away and repeat the process. So you're just feeding them the crap tiles, and eventually the cascade is gonna go in your side. And even if you're feeding them tiles and they're not popping, the first time, that turn, boom, he's got a bit more health. And again, so the revivability lasts for 4 turns. You return with 32% health instead of 1% with the fighter class. Now, that 30-odd% is really clutch because you're getting your health back. It's when a hero is on the last strand, say under 100 health, 90% of the time they're dead before they're dead. You can't do anything with them. But with this guy, you want him to get killed because he comes back stronger. He's got more health, So every time they kill him, when you're using him, you're getting a large percent buff to his health. He comes back with the 32% health, and you've been killed from 0. So he's coming back in a fighting position. I've won raids where I've tank busted and that's it, and he's all left. He's all I got. And he can pull it out. Now, with his realm, he deals 25%, no, just 25. Yeah, it is percent, sorry, it's at the end. 25% damage to all enemies when he dies. That's of his attack stat. It's not huge, but once you've got other heroes stacking with that, it is a nice ability. Now, this is the team I would generally use Tyr in. We'll put Aslar in first. He has the mana. Then Tyr. And I've been using Boulder. He's alright. He's not the best, I'm not gonna lie. Now, in this team, as you can see, there isn't any healers, but the damage output is insane. Aslar, ideally he pops once before he dies. That's what you're getting him for in this setup. He's mainly tile damage with that 823, and obviously if he does pop, it's catastrophic. Frida, debuff is always solid, defense down. Vela, tick, solid hero. Now, Boulder, I put in this lineup because other than him and Frida have served different purposes, but this is a main setup for damage over time. Now, I feel like that's one of the most consistent ways of using an attack team. A healer would make a lot of sense in this team. Say drop Boulder for a Boltusk or whomever you've got. Or maybe in the future, I'd probably drop Frida and put in Ariel there. Oh, that's Bodnik, but you get the point. Now, he's got a very well-rounded card. I would say he needs a bit more health, hence why I'm going to go down this route to the left-hand side with the extra health and shield. He is my tank as well, so that always is something you take into consideration with your grids. But one of the most complementing factors I find about Tyr is he's a reviver class. I don't know how many times I've come across a hero where the class just doesn't make sense. Cademan is a druid. Why? He's a hard hitter, and that 4 minion dies with a flick of a pebble and hits as hard as paper mache. It's no fun. Whereas this guy, on the mad off chance they kill him before you pop him, he can revive anyway. And when he dies normally, he does 25% of his damage to all opponents. So ultimately, there's always some sort of benefit to him dying and reviving with his skill or class, or just straight up dying and doing the damage. Personally, I use a crit troop on him. That extra double damage is huge. The bypass, I've overlooked that. It's not something that you'd usually see. This is a skill you get from another talent. He's basically part ranger and he revives. So with his tick, his hit, and his longevity, this guy is basically the bane of everyone else's existence when he's in your back pocket. I can't say much more else about him. I think I've run across all that I wanted to say. There's obviously the side thing of he removes status effects when he dies, so if Vela's hit him, or he's burnt or poisoned or whatever, it's all gone when he comes back. So he cleanses himself. That's for 3 classes and 1 hero. Now, just as a side, what's the word? Just as a explanation, or I can't think of the word. This is why you don't record when you're stoned. So a comparison. Let me delete my other teams. Bear with me. That's my Titan team. That's the team I just set up. So as you can see, for fuck's sake, I always miss one. That is also another lineup I use with TYR. So let me just back up. Second. So TYR, explained him. Yunnan, another tick, reduces healing. Aslar, burn, tile damage. Albi, an extra chance to revive the rest of them, including TS and no. I'd do it on raids, but I wouldn't do it on war. It's always nice to have extra possibilities to revive, but obviously TYR is guaranteed, so he's on the side. With Falcon with 19 grids, 880 defense. That guy doesn't go very far, especially if his class pops. He stays around for the most of the battle, and the defense down makes TYR even stronger. So as you can see, this is my top 15. Now, Vela's close to TYR. She's got more grids, not the same TP, but to be honest, the only reason she has more grids is because Yunnan is my only green tank option. I don't feel Albi, Talek or Marge are suitable for the role. But as you can see, I've got a lot of spread out grids. I aim for goals. Frida's my second strongest. Now, she's the first max 5-star I ever did, I think. No, Marge was. And then Frida. But nevertheless, she's a staple. I love that polar bear. As you can see, I've got plenty of other good options, especially in red. But TYR's the guy for me. And just looking at what else is around, you know, it proves a point. That's all from Bob. And on a side note, if you pass 15 on provinces, drop a comment in saying, catch me if you can.